Hey everyone, it's SparkleGirl00 and this video is all about hamster sand baths. First of all, never ever give your hamster a bath in water. Your hamster can get very cold and very sick. Putting your hamster in water is a big no-no. Okay, so a sand bath is a container of some sort with sand in it that you can give your hamster if they have greasy hair to make it nice and soft, or to help clean their fur, or just to let them play in it. Not all hamsters like sand baths, but dwarf hamsters seem to really love them. With Syrians, it's a hit and miss. Zuzu loves them. She loves to dig, and so does Bibbles, but he's not like a huge fan. A lot of Syrians will care less about a sand bath. It really depends on the hamster you have. So you're probably wondering what kind of sand to use. The cheapest way is just play sand. It's easy to find and safe for your hamster, but you want to bake it first to sterilize it and kill any bugs or creepy crawlies in it. You can also use chinchilla sand, but make sure it's not chinchilla dust. It's very easily to accidentally get the dust, which can easily cause your hamster to have respiratory problems, so you definitely want to stay clear of the dust. You can use the Super Pet sand bath, which is sold at PetSmart, I believe, but I even find that pretty dusty. So my favorite brand is the Supreme Original Chinchilla Sand. I find that it's a lot less dusty than the Super Pet, and it has a lot more sand for the price, but it is a lot harder to find. I found this at a local pet store, but you can order it online for about $5. I think I found it online, and it's a pretty big container, so I really like this. You can put your sand in anything like a plastic container, a terracotta pot, a glass dish, just whatever you have. You just need to make sure that the dish is hamster safe and obviously doesn't have any holes that the sand can go through. How much sand you put in really depends on the dish, obviously, and even the hamster. For Zuzu, I do about 2 inches to 3 inches, and Bibbles, I'll do about ½ an inch. As you see here, this is Bibbles' sand dish. Just because Zuzu likes to dig more, whereas Bibbles just likes to clean himself and pee in it. Okay, so you're probably wondering how long to keep them in and if you can leave it in their cage permanently. This again really depends on the hamster. If the hamster doesn't care, doesn't like the sand bath, and you're just doing it to clean them, which I'm going to get to in a second, you would just leave them in for a minute or so. Or if your hamster likes to dig in it, you can leave them longer until they get bored. If your hamster pees in it, don't worry about it. It's totally normal. You can leave the sand bath in the cage like I do if your hamster really likes it, or if you want to use it as a potty, but you also have to keep it clean, which I'll show you how to do in this video. If your hamster likes the sand bath, they will use it on their own. If they don't care for it, you can hide treats underneath the sand to encourage digging. And if you have a dwarf, they like to roll around in it, which helps clean and soften their fur. But Syrians don't really roll, so to get their fur, you can just pinch some sand and then sprinkle it on them and kind of massage it in. This will help get their fur. If you don't leave the sand bath in the cage, how often you do it is really your choice. If your hamster doesn't care for the sand bath, just do it every time you notice their fur starts to get greasy. But if they like it, you can do it like once a week or every few days, or even during their playtime every night. If you leave the sand in the cage, you're more than likely to get little poop turds in it, and food, and even pee, so you're going to need to clean it out about every day or so. So I'm going to show you how I clean my sand baths. Here is Zuzu's sand bath, and as you can see, it's all dirty and everything. So to clean out your sand bath, you're going to need another dish of some sort, and you're going to need some sort of a sifter. I got this one from a grocery store, and it's actually a strainer, but if you're getting a strainer, you want to make sure that the holes aren't very big, because if they're too big, then everything will fall through and your cleaning will be pointless. So you're going to start by taking your sifter and placing it over your second bowl, and then slowly pour your sand in. And then it's going to start dropping the sand in. And if you have a lot of sand like I do, you might have to shake it to get it to go through. Okay, so the dish I have here actually isn't big enough to hold all the sand from this dish, so I was only able to do a little bit, but as you can see, it sifted through a lot of it and then left the sand nice and clean. Also, once you get all your sand sifted out, if your hamster has peed in it, you're going to want to clean that spot out before you add your sand. I do this about every day, and then I totally change the sand out about every month. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Bye! So you start by placing your strainer over your second bowl, and then slowly start to pour your sand in.